microclustering of the water, it was so easy to drink. So I was drinking more, and they kept saying, no, darling, don't drink too much. It's going to make you so sick. It's going to cause too much for cleansing. And I couldn't, I drank too much. But it was so good, and I could tell it immediately. And so I went home, I got sick for a day. Heather said, okay, let's just start a little bit of 8.5, a little bit of, clean water. Let's just do that, and just step by step. And so step by step, that's what I did, slowly but surely, to get to the point that I could just drink 8.5. And she was bringing it to me all the time. So I was to the 8.5, and life started changing dramatically. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could actually have the TV on. I could actually talk in full sentences. I couldn't quite drive, but I was getting there. Within 3 months, okay, she suggested we go to the convention in Vegas. I went, there is no way I can get on a plane without this water. There's no way I can do that. And there's no way I can go, because Leslie was renting a house, and for all of her folks that she'd signed up, her downline. And I can't be around that many people. That's the other thing. The brain injury causes that, So I can't be around that many people, that many lights, that much activity. And she said, look, we'll get there. And I didn't know at that time you could travel with the water. Now I won't go anywhere with the water. That's just nowhere.
We all water snobs now.
No, there's absolutely no way.
Well, it's a miracle.
Yes.
Miracle water.
Yeah. So anyway, we went to the convention, and by the time I got there, I was a mess. I couldn't remember anything. I could hardly talk. I could not articulate well, any of that. And I said, Heather, we can't stay in this house. There's going to be too many people, and it's too much noise and too many lights. And, that's what happens with a brain injury. It's too much. She said, just wait in the bedroom until the machine gets hooked up before you make a decision. She said, but if you don't, we'll move to a hotel. I said, okay. So Merely came, and she hooked up the machine, and I stood at that counter, and I really don't know how much. I must have consumed over a gallon or more. And I was like, okay, I'm fine. It was just amazing. At the convention with 3,000 people, or however many there were, I know I was the person that got up the most to get water, because we were sitting right next to the water bank.
Yeah, they have water fountains for everybody.
Yeah, anyway. So that's why I'm a water junkie, and that's why I love Kangen water, and that's why I pounced on them when I walked up, because I'm moving and my machine is unhooked.
Oh my goodness.
And it will be unhooked for a few days, so I had to come here and get water.
Here and get here. Well, listen, so thank you so much for sharing, first of all, but I want to know, where are you today? Like, your health, you're completely well. How long did it take you exactly to get to where you are today? Because obviously you drove yourself here, so you can drive now.
Right.
You can. So do you still have any symptoms left, or if you don't drink the water, let's say, if you without it, or you completely healed? Like, how is your body coping with that?
Well, there are several answers to that. Do I still have brain injury symptoms? Yes, I do. I do have those. The neurologist told me that I have a brain injury, obviously, and that with work, I could get better. And you know what work meant? What she meant when she said with work? Do puzzles. I went, no, that's not going to be enough to get me better. I still have problems with sensitivity to light, but this is 10 years ago now. But not as bad, okay? I still have problems sometimes with articulation, but not as bad. I have anxiety. I used to be a sales trainer and sales director, and I used to be able to stand in front of hundreds of people with being excited without getting nervous. Now I get anxiety. Other than that, no. I can function in society. I can work. I can do all of that sort of thing.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's truly, and anyone listening, it's the water. It's a totally.
What a blessing.
It is. My brother did not. A lot of people don't believe you because it's just water, right? No, it's just water. No, that's not just water. He had a severe acid reflux and a real problem with GERD, and he refused to try it. And then I actually was gifted a used machine. That was totally a miracle what happened there. But anyway, and I said, just use this for a while and see what happens. So he did. He used it for like, hooked it up for like 3-4 months. And then he was feeling better, and he said, I'm going to give it back to you because, you know, the doctors have me on and all this other stuff. I said, okay, all right. Because he didn't want to buy a machine. Too expensive. Oh, yeah, too expensive. I said, okay. Within about 2 months or less, he called and he goes, I hate to tell you this, Darlene, but it's got to be that damn machine. He said, sorry I said a bad word. But it's true. That's what he said. He said, so he bought a machine. It's
good for him.
Yeah, he bought a machine. So it's something that's really hard for people to believe. In Hawaii, what was happening is I was sharing water. Heather and I were doing presentations for people before I moved here to be closer to my family. So what was happening is that when I told them I was moving to California, people were sharing water with me. They went, oh my gosh, you can't leave, we've got to buy a machine. So everybody bought a machine. But yeah, it's not until you don't have it that people realize how important it is, and it was. And just that I'm moving right now and I don't have my water machine, I had to get here as soon as I could before they closed. So that's it. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
So, so you're living here in Hampton Beach? Yeah?
Well, I